A pleasant afternoon to you all, Zimbabwean. Welcome to Zimbabwe Daily. This is On the Spot. A look at today in the headlines. We look at the top stories that have been making headlines in our media space. We woke up to I'm not going anywhere. Mr. Walsman Ncube committing to MDC Alliance. MDC Alliance Vice President Walsman Ncube has dismissed reports suggesting he's on course to jump ship and abandon the opposition party. Social media had been flooded with reports suggesting that he is one of the party bigwigs soon to leave the Nelson Chamisa-led opposition party as it endures a tough period characterized by defections and arrest of its leadership. However, Ncube, through a social media post, reiterated his commitment to the opposition party. On his Twitter blog, he wrote, I woke up this morning to the old news, this being recycled decampaign news used in the run-up to the Gweru Congress, that I'm quitting the MDC Alliance to take up some international job somewhere. Someone somewhere is waging psychological warfare. I am not going anywhere. The MDC Alliance Secretary General, Mr. Charlton Wende, has made the claims that ZANU-PF is using their erstwhile members to destabilize the democratic movement. Charlton Wende accused the ruling ZANU-PF party of using former opposition members to try and destabilize the opposition party and weaken its leadership. This follows the recent attacks on the MDC Alliance leadership by former Midlands Senator Lillian Tinvius, made a shocking defection to ZANU-PF. Tinvius attacks targeted Wende, claiming that the Secretary General was bullying senior members during meetings and accused them of single-handedly destroying the party. However, in a statement responding to these allegations, Wende said the recent attacks were orchestrated by ZANU-PF in an effort to destabilize the opposition. Wende dismissed the allegation of misused party funds, stating that the party had done audits to account for the money, adding that they also had strong mechanisms to ensure there was no misuse of funds by anyone within the party. In the COVID cases, China has pledged to provide Zimbabwe with another donation of 200,000 doses of the COVID vaccine. Presidential spokesperson George Charamba revealed yesterday. This will bring a total of 400,000 doses from the Chinese government after the country recently received a consignment of 200,000 doses, which has already started to be administered as part of the vaccination program. He said the country is also set to purchase another 1.2 million doses from China. Meanwhile, India has also pledged to donate 75,000 doses to help Zimbabwe fight the pandemic. According to government officials, the country is targeting to inoculate 10 million citizens to achieve herd immunity. Treasury officials, including Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube, claimed the country had also set aside $100 million to procure vaccines from various countries, including the United Kingdom, Russia, and India. Beleaguered Vice President Kemba Mohade has dismissed the allegations that he's involved in multiple relationships with married women, labeling the recent reports and leaked audios as falsehoods peddled by his detractors. Mohade has been under fire recently after successive leaked audios alleged to be conversations between him and various women. In most of these audios, the man purported to be Mohade is heard soliciting sexual favors from multiple women, including one subordinate. However, in a press conference this week, Mohadi claimed these allegations were not only false but also aimed at soiling his image as a national leader. Fellow Zimbabweans, he said, following the recent social media hype about my alleged illicit relationships with two married women, I have decided to come open and respond to the allegations being peddled by my detractors, despite growing impatient because of days of weird character assassination. I wish to categorically state that the allegations being leveled against me are not only false but well choreographed to demean, condescend, and soil my image as a national leader and patriot. He further said his privacy had been invaded, adding that he was a victim of political machinations through hacking and voice cloning. And in other story, we've heard the MDC Youth Assembly leaders and Zenaso coming together in support of Makomborora Harizvishe. We listened to the audio that was recorded at the magistrates court yesterday afternoon.
Thank you very much. My name is Tatuana Shechiliva, and I'm the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe National Students Union. And we are here standing in solidarity with former Secretary General of the Zimbabwe National Students Union, Comrade Makomborora Harizvishe, who we believe and know very firmly that he's a peace-loving, law-abiding party who is under Mnangagwa's incarceration right now. With me here are friends, brothers, and comrades of Makomborora Harizvishe. Comrade Joanna here, who's Honorable Member of Parliament for Harare West, who is represented by Makosi Prince.
Thank you very much, Tapiwa Chiriga. I've just removed my mask, and I hope there's enough social distancing, and we don't want to violate any lockdown regulations. Comrades and friends, this is a statement of solidarity with Makomborero Haruzivishe and the condemnation of police brutality here in Zimbabwe. We, the young people of Zimbabwe, are here to offer unreserved and unconditional solidarity to Makomborero Haruzivishe. Our commander, Makomborero, was arrested in a movie style with unidentified people firing gunshots at an unarmed, harmless citizen. This type of arrest is now under investigation at the order of a magistrate and is a sad reminder of how the regime has abrogated law unto itself and willfully violated citizens' rights. The courageous and resolute cadre of the progressive movement has been at the center of all our efforts to mobilize and to unite young people in the quest to demand a democratic development state and a fair opportunities for all. Comrades and friends, Makomborero represents the cries of a generation whose future has been destroyed by the ruthless regime. Without a doubt, the crisis in Zimbabwe consists precisely in the fact that the old are dying and the new cannot be born. In this interregnum, great variety of morbid symptoms appear. These morbid symptoms manifest themselves in a securocratic and predatory state that has closed space for young people for free expression and the idea of a new Zimbabwe. Makomborero yearns for a just society, a free society, equal Zimbabwe, and a better Zimbabwe. The police brutality and their capture by the state manifests itself in unprecedented illegal detention, the trumped up charges, pre-trial detentions, abductions, and harassment. We condemn these cowardly acts which violate our fundamental human rights, the Constitution of Zimbabwe, as well as the regional and international conventions. We are worried that this weaponization of law by the police and the growing persecution of activists has a pernicious and knowing effect on our nascent democracy. The NGO Human Rights Forum reported that in 2020 alone, over 1,500 reports of human rights abuses by the police and other security agencies were reported. Comrades and friends, just between April and September 2020, over 187 reports of assault, primarily by the police, were recorded. In the same period, about 7 extrajudicial killings and a staggering 35 abductions were recorded. Police in Zimbabwe top amongst the perpetrators of human rights abuses. Surely this state of affairs cannot be tolerated. Given the foregoing, we thus make the following recommendations as friends of Makomborero Aruzirishe. We demand the immediate resignation of the Commissioner General of Police, Mr. Godwin Matanga, for the gross abuse of office and superintending over an institution that is responsible for various abuses of human rights and violation of the Constitution in a shameful disregard of his oath of office and the related international and regional conventions. Ladies and gentlemen, we also call upon the Parliament of Zimbabwe to institute an investigation into this illegal conduct by the Commissioner General and the members of the police. It is unthinkable that young people in this country are being abducted, they're being tortured, they're being victimized, they're being harassed day in and day out. And absolutely nothing has been done by the police, even against standing high court orders to bring the perpetrators to justice. The Parliament of Zimbabwe must do the right thing. We must take the steps towards ratification of the Convention Against Torture. Comrades and friends, we also call upon the Human Rights Commission in Zimbabwe to take measures within its constitutional mandate to investigate the conduct and the role of police in these abductions, the undue harassment, the illegal arrests, the illegal detention, and a growing trend of a pre-trial detention, including bringing to court the flimsy charges against us as activists. Ultimately, as young people and all abiding citizens, we are our own liberators, and we call upon all peace-loving Zimbabweans and progressives to join our continued efforts to fight against the police brutality and an increasing authoritarian state. Beyond fighting for Makomborero's release, let's continue to fight because this is the best form of solidarity that we can offer without hesitation and fear. Today, we send a clear and unequivocal message to this regime. We are not afraid, and we mean it. Comrades, are we afraid? We are not afraid. We are not afraid, and will not be neutral in the face of brutality and weaponization of the law. We will not stand aside while our country is turned into a banana republic.
So that was Joanna Momombe and the other youth from the Movement for Democratic Change and also the Zimbabwe Union, National Students Union, ZINASU, coming in solidarity with the incarcerated student leader. We turn now to we continue on the COVID-19 trajectory where we hear what the President of the Republic, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, had to say concerning the vaccine.
ichasika nguve kuti kana usina kubaiwa hauwani basa. Kana usina kubaiwa haukwiri zupko basi. Saka utoona kuti oita sei.
Right. So we have to see what to do if you do not want to get vaccinated, because you will not get onto the Zupco bus. You will not get a job until you get your vaccinations. That is the message coming through. Indeed, getting inoculated is a voluntary action, but unless you get vaccinated, you will not be able to participate in any economical activity. That is the information from the President of the Republic. This is On the Spot program, where we take a look at some of the stories making the headlines in our media spaces. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of day, and may God bless you.